How a Stoic man approaches intimacy, full guide. There is a profound difference between wanting intimacy and being ready for it. A Stoic man understands this deeply. Connection begins long before words are spoken or hands touch. It begins with presence, self-awareness, and respect. It begins with understanding oneself, knowing one's values, and carrying them into every interaction. Ask yourself daily, who am I becoming? Am I a man whose presence naturally brings calm and trust? Am I a man who acts from virtue rather than impulse? Am I prepared to honor both myself and the woman I interact with? The world celebrates instant gratification. The Stoic man does not. He moves deliberately, guided by reason rather than impulse. He knows that patience creates lasting bonds. Every action must be weighed carefully. He considers the long-term effect of every word, every touch, every glance. He understands that fleeting pleasure cannot build trust or connection. Relationships are a slow, deliberate art. He asks himself, am I seeking connection or am I seeking satisfaction? The first builds depth, the second dissolves it. Reflect on this every day. Ask yourself how your actions impact both yourself and the people around you. True intimacy is earned, not taken. Rushing or forcing connection diminishes it. Intimacy is not conquest. It is communion, an exchange of trust, respect, and understanding. A Stoic man does not rush this. He becomes the kind of man whose presence naturally attracts it. He understands that connection cannot be forced. It is cultivated over time through consistency, virtue, and care. Real connection requires patience and reflection. Calmness is magnetic. Silence can speak louder than words. When he looks at a woman, he is fully present, not anticipating, not scheming. He values the moment itself. He listens with intent to understand, not to respond. He notices her energy, her gestures, the pauses in her speech. He adapts to her rhythm without losing his calm center. He observes without judgment. He reflects internally on how to communicate clearly and authentically. Intimacy begins with attention. He listens without trying to impress. He understands without trying to control. He is present without performing. He notices subtle cues, a smile, a shift in posture, a tone of voice, and honors them. Every detail matters, not to manipulate, but to truly understand. He lets his observations inform his actions in a gentle, respectful way. Patience is strength. Restraint is mastery. He holds back desire until it aligns with respect. He reminds himself that timing is as important as intention. He understands that rushing or forcing intimacy destroys its value. Restraint is a sign of strength, not weakness. He remembers Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. A woman's response is not his to control. His role is to embody virtue and let outcomes unfold naturally. He understands that forcing an outcome diminishes its value. Patience and consistency are far more persuasive than pressure or urgency. He observes the natural flow of connection and acts with intention. The Stoic man connects with truth. No games, no manipulation. He speaks clearly. He listens deeply. He lets intention guide action. Every word he chooses reflects honesty and integrity. Every silence he holds communicates respect and calm. He does not over-explain or justify himself. He lets his character and presence speak for him. Confidence is quiet. It comes from knowing oneself. He does not chase what he respects. He invites it through presence. Confidence is calm, not loud, steady, not impatient. It is visible in posture, in eye contact, in tone of voice, in every subtle movement. He does not need validation from others to feel secure. He trusts himself to act with reason and virtue. True attraction is built on character. How you carry yourself, how you speak, how you honor boundaries, your own and hers. A woman senses when a man acts from virtue rather than desire alone. Your integrity becomes more attractive than any skill or trick. She will feel safe, respected, and drawn to your calm presence. He does not need to prove his worth. Discipline speaks for him. Self-control builds quiet authority. He knows that actions reveal more than words ever could. He embodies reliability, calm, and steadfastness in every interaction. He demonstrates through action what he values most. Desire is observed, not acted upon blindly. He breathes through it, allowing it without letting it dictate him. That is power. He understands that self-control enhances attraction rather than diminishes it. He reflects on how his desire aligns with his values before taking action. He practices self-discipline daily in many small ways to reinforce his strength. Intimacy reflects his values. He connects only when heart, mind, and values align. Every choice he makes reflects care, awareness, and respect. He ensures that intimacy grows from mutual understanding. What is gained through pressure is never real, so he waits, purposefully, consciously, and without fear. He trusts that patience builds the strongest bonds. He is not driven by the need to be validated or satisfied immediately. Simplicity matters, no hidden motives, no games. Direct, calm, intentional. He lets authenticity guide every action. When closeness comes, he is fully present. Mind quiet, actions thoughtful, respect over desire, discipline over impulse. He honors the shared moment, understanding its fragility and value. He savors the connection rather than rushing toward the next goal. Connection is giving, not taking. Attention, honesty, care, strength. He gives because he chooses to, not out of desperation. Giving creates trust. It cannot be rushed or faked. Presence is power. It separates fleeting pleasure from meaningful connection. How a Stoic man approaches intimacy. Part 2. Mini scenario. Meeting someone new. When meeting a woman for the first time, he does not rush the conversation. He listens carefully to her words, the tone of her voice, the way her eyes move. He asks thoughtful questions, not to impress, but to understand. He does not dominate the conversation or seek to perform. Instead, he creates a calm, safe space, allowing her to reveal herself naturally. In this calm observation, he builds trust without even realizing it. He understands the principle of control what you can, accept what you cannot. He controls his actions, his words, and his presence. He accepts that her feelings and responses are her own. He does not manipulate, but embodies calm integrity. Through this, he naturally attracts attention without effort. Daily reflection exercise. Each morning he asks himself, today, how will I act with integrity? How will I embody patience in my interactions? How will I maintain calm in moments of desire or tension? He writes these reflections down or quietly thinks through them, reinforcing his internal discipline. This is a practice not only for intimacy, but for life. Mini scenario, building attraction over time. He meets her repeatedly, each time reinforcing calm, presence, and reliability. He remembers her preferences, small details she mentions, and gestures she values. He demonstrates through action that he pays attention and respects her individuality. He does not rush physical intimacy, knowing that impatience erodes trust. Instead, he allows connection to deepen naturally, guided by virtue and mutual respect. Guided thought experiment. Imagine a scenario where you feel intense desire to move the connection forward. Pause and take a breath. Ask yourself, is this desire aligned with my principles? Am I acting from reason or from impulse? How would a Stoic version of myself respond in this moment? Visualize responding calmly, with integrity, and notice how the interaction unfolds differently. Practice this mental exercise daily to build self-mastery. Mini scenario. Physical intimacy with integrity. When physical intimacy becomes appropriate, he moves with presence and awareness. He is mindful of her comfort, her boundaries, and the mutual connection they share. He does not act impulsively. He communicates clearly and respectfully, asking questions when necessary. He observes her responses and adjusts, always maintaining calm, care, and respect. This presence transforms physical intimacy into a shared experience of trust and understanding. Stoic reflection on desire. Stoicism teaches that desire is neither good nor bad, but must be guided by reason. He practices self-control in small ways every day, in diet, exercise, thought, and action. This strengthens his ability to act with calm and integrity in intimate moments. He recognizes that every act of patience reinforces his virtue. Every moment of self-restraint enhances his capacity for meaningful connection. Practical exercise, journaling for self-mastery. Each evening, he reflects, Where did I act with integrity today? Where did I let desire or impatience dictate my behavior? How can I improve tomorrow? He writes these reflections down, not to punish, but to refine himself. This daily practice ensures constant growth toward the Stoic ideal. Handling rejection with stoicism. If she does not reciprocate, he accepts it without resentment. He does not blame, manipulate, or pressure. He understands that her feelings are her own, and he respects them. He reflects, what can I learn from this experience? How can I continue to act with virtue and self-mastery? Rejection becomes a lesson in patience, reflection, and humility. Mini scenario, deepening a relationship. As the connection grows, he continues to act with integrity. He balances attention with space, desire with restraint. He communicates clearly and honestly. He listens deeply, notices small details, and adapts gently to her needs. Every interaction reinforces trust, respect, and mutual understanding. Daily routine for Stoic connection. Morning reflection. Set intentions for integrity, patience, and awareness. Throughout the day, observe interactions carefully, act from principle, avoid impulse. Evening reflection. Review actions, identify growth opportunities, reinforce self-mastery. Repeat this cycle daily, strengthening presence, patience, and calm. Through this, he becomes naturally attractive, respected, and trustworthy. Guided visualization for TTS. Visualize meeting a woman and engaging in conversation. Notice her energy, her tone, her posture. Respond thoughtfully with calm presence. Observe her reactions without judgment. Notice the difference between acting impulsively and acting with integrity. Feel the power of calm presence and mutual respect. How a Stoic man approaches intimacy. Part 3. Advanced Stoic strategies for intimacy. He understands that intimacy is built on trust, respect, and consistency. He does not chase fleeting attention or validation. Instead, he focuses on becoming a man of virtue, patience, and calm presence. Every action reinforces who he is, not who he wishes to appear to be. Mini scenario, texting and digital communication. When communicating digitally, he applies the same principles. He does not rush responses or overwhelm with messages. He writes thoughtfully, using clarity and respect. He observes tone and timing, understanding that digital words carry weight. He avoids impulsive reactions, instead pausing to reflect. He prioritizes substance over quantity, quality over speed. Reflection exercise, online interactions. Before sending a message, he asks, does this reflect who I am? Does this honor her? Am I acting from principle or desire? If the answer is yes, he sends it calmly. If the answer is no, he waits. Through this, he maintains integrity and builds authentic connection. Mini scenario, dating in real life. On dates, he is present. He does not focus on impressing, performing, or gaining approval. He focuses on understanding, observing, and connecting authentically. He notices subtle details, gestures, energy, posture, and tone. He adapts gently, always grounded in his own calm presence. He avoids pushing physical or emotional boundaries. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to practice virtue. Guided Stoic exercise, daily reflection on desire. Each night he asks, where did I act with patience today? Where did I allow desire or impulse to influence my behavior? How did I maintain integrity in moments of temptation? He writes these reflections or contemplates quietly. Through consistent practice, self-mastery becomes second nature. Mini scenario, handling challenges in connection. If misunderstandings arise, he responds with calm, not anger. He listens deeply and asks questions to clarify. He does not assume ill intent or react impulsively. He recognizes that challenges are opportunities to demonstrate patience, understanding, and virtue. He strengthens the connection through wisdom, not force. Advanced reflection, long-term relationships. He understands that meaningful intimacy develops over time. Trust cannot be rushed. Consistency and calm presence reinforce connection more than words ever could. He ensures that each interaction, each gesture, each conversation builds trust and understanding. He recognizes that integrity in small actions matters more than grand gestures. Daily routine for long-term Stoic connection. Morning. Reflect on intentions, virtue, and awareness. Daytime. Observe interactions, act from principle, respond calmly to challenges. Evening. Reflect on successes and areas for growth. Reinforce self-mastery. Repeat this cycle consistently. Through this, he becomes naturally attractive, trustworthy, and respected. Visualization, practicing calm presence. Visualize sitting together, speaking naturally. Notice tone, gestures, and energy. Respond thoughtfully with presence and awareness. Observe her reactions without judgment. Visualize yourself acting with patience, calm, and integrity. Notice the effect this has on connection and trust. Final Stoic reflection. Stoicism teaches that we cannot control others, only ourselves. By mastering the mind, desires, and impulses, he becomes a man worthy of genuine connection. He approaches intimacy as a practice of virtue. Every act is deliberate, thoughtful, and aligned with his principles. This approach creates lasting, meaningful bonds. Outro and engagement prompt. Thank you for listening. Walk the Stoic path every day. Be calm, be disciplined, be present. Practice self-mastery. Approach intimacy with patience, respect, and integrity. If this message resonated with you, like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. Do not miss the next upload.